Hello, my name is Emily Chadbourne and welcome to my YouTube channel, a place where you can ask me any question about love, life or business. And today's question comes from the lovely Jade. Dear Em, I hear people say all the time that I should listen to my gut. In the past I've done that and sometimes it's worked out and sometimes it hasn't. Also, sometimes when I listen to my gut, I get wrapped up in fear and I let opportunities pass me by. How do I learn to trust my instinct and develop my intuition? I never know which voice to pay attention to. Hoping you can do a video or write a blog about this for me. Thanks in advance, Jade from London. P.S. I listen to your videos all the time and I find them extremely useful. I even started sharing them with my girlfriends and my mum. Keep up the good work. You should do that, the sharey thing, with your mum or with anyone. Learning to listen to and act on your gut can have many benefits. When you get it right, it can lead to all manner of amazing things. Making a business decision, which results in a whole heap of money hitting your bank account. Saying yes to that date and ending up with a glorious husband and beautiful babies. Get it wrong, and it can be an utter clusterfuck. Basically, it can lead to not taking any action and so staying broke and single. Today, I want to give you a 3-step process to help you trust your gut and so better equipped you to make great decisions in love and business and life in general. But to begin with, let's look at what we mean by listening to our gut, and more specifically, the difference between instinct and intuition. Now, I had a Google of the definition of both, and it confused the crap out of me. So I shut that shit down, and instead I came up with my own definition according to the Dictionary of Emily. That should be like an official dictionary. Let's start with instinct. Now in my world, instinct is like animal wiring. It's that nudge that tells you that the saber-toothed tiger is coming and you should run the fuck away, or the rumbling in the stomach to let us know it's time to eat. It's like pre-programming that means our heart beats from the moment that we come into this human incarnation until we leave it. It's pretty clever shit. Now intuition, on the other hand, is made up of memories and experiences and patterns that the brain picks up on and then uses to future predict. Now here's the thing. Our badass brains are more powerful than anything else on this planet when it comes to storing memory. And not only do we store every memory and experience in our unconscious mind, which means we don't have to consciously remember them to have them dictate our behavior. That's dangerous. We also have the ability to match that experience or memory to an emotion. Now, here is the motherfucking kicker. Our unconscious mind doesn't know what is real, imagined, borrowed, embellished, or just bullshit. Let me explain. Ever watched a scary movie? I watched The Exorcist once. And although I've never seen a real-life person possessed by the devil, let alone believe it could actually happen, I still avoid haunted houses just in case I end up stabbing myself in the vagina with a crucifix. Now let's be clear, The Exorcist is not my experience. It's a movie, like fiction. But my brain stores it as a memory and one which has a pretty powerful emotion attached to it. So, my intuition tells me to tell you to fuck off the moment that you suggest that we visit that haunted house round the corner from your nan's house. And look, maybe one of your big sisters didn't force you to watch the scariest movie of all time when you were just like 10 years old, like mine did. I am looking directly at you, Jenny Chadbourne. Maybe you love scary movies and ghost stories, but what I need you to understand is that your intuition is predicting what might happen based on an emotional memory which can be real, imagined or borrowed. But Jade, I think you might be talking about a different voice. It's not instinct or intuition. As Rumi said, it's the voice that doesn't use words, and I call it soul. It's that whisper in your ear that calls you to see through love and not fear. It's that creative idea that like pops into your brain while you're butt naked in the shower. It's that jolt in your heart when you connect with that guy who looks nothing like the Brad Pitt body double that you ordered, and it doesn't always make sense. Now, so I don't get too like cray-cray and woo-woo on your ass, let me put it like this. Instinct and intuition are voices of your personality, the animal bits of you that make up biology and the human reality that we create for ourselves. Your soul is the voice that belongs to the great unknown, the bit of us that we can't explain, but we know it's there. It's guiding us, it's believing in us, encouraging us to do more and be more and have more. It's the shiver down our spine when we're in alignment with the universe and shit goes our way. It's the hair prickle on our arm when we feel deeply connected. And it's the smile we crack on the inside when we follow our heart. And often, the voices of instinct and intuition drown out the voice of soul. Instinct is wired to keep us safe, and we perceive any change as danger. Now, this was useful when change meant the saber-toothed tiger entering our environment. We wanted to run away from that shit, right? That was actual life or death danger. But these days, change often comes in the form of business growth or leaving that crappy relationship. That's fear of what might happen, not danger of what is happening. But we misinterpret that, and so we ignore soul and we listen to instinct, which tells us it's too scary and we should just keep things the same. Or intuition kicks in. All the stories you've ever heard of every business that's ever failed, and every woman who's left her dropkick boyfriend at the age of 30 never to find love again and to die an old maid, they all start playing around in your head and keep you making decisions which might not be in alignment with your soul. Now, I'm not saying that instinct and intuition are liars, but mostly they love things to stay the same and they operate from fear. Soul doesn't. So how do we manage the voices of instinct and intuition? When do we heed them? And when do we tune into soul instead? Well, let me share 3 things that I've put into place to manage instinct and intuition and soul in my own life, which has helped me massively discern between these voices and take the action to build my dream life, both personally and professionally. Instinct. Learning to listen to your body will help you better understand instinct. Now, how do we do this? Diet and exercise. Now, if you're hoping that by diet and exercise, I mean sitting on the sofa with a tub of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, yeah, it's the opposite of that. Your soul chose your physical being to inhabit for whatever fucked up reason, and it's the only one you've got while you're here. So fucking look after it. Too much sugar confuses it. Too much booze confuses it. Too much sitting on your ass? You've got it. Confuses it. Gut health is directly linked to mental health. That's a fact, a scientific one. You've got brain cells in your guts, and your old tum-tum is responsible for producing heaps of your natural happy hormones. Don't fuck with that. Now, this doesn't get spoken about a whole heap because a very small percentage of people in power are making a fuck ton of money through the sugar industry. Don't even get me started on energy drinks. For now, know this. What you feed your body, you feed your mind. So if you want to start trusting your gut, stop drowning it in processed food and shit that makes you feel anxious or hyper or lethargic. You can't trust your bodily instinct if your instinct can't trust you to look after it. Next, intuition. Now, as discussed, your intuition is made up of heaps of thoughts and memories and experiences and stories and, well, apparently scary movies. In the coaching world, we call it a paradigm, a belief system, if you like, which governs your reality. When I was 33, I had horrible beliefs around money and my own self-worth. I was thousands of dollars in debt and I was waiting tables for a living. My intuition kept me taking the action, or non-action in my case, which kept me in the loop of my beliefs. That business was hard and making money was impossible and money was actually an evil energy and I wasn't capable anyway. Tony Robbins says, whatever you hold in your mind on a consistent basis is exactly what you'll experience in your life. And in my mind, I was listening to my intuition, my unconscious beliefs about myself and about money. Now, one day, when there was quite literally no more shit left to hit the fan, I began to examine these beliefs. With the help of a coach, I changed my stories. Now, this takes work. Soz. But it's big stuff, and shifting through this shit will turn your life around. For now, let me give you a question I often ask myself, even today. What would I do if I weren't afraid of making a mistake or feeling rejected or looking a little foolish? If I remove the fear, what answer comes? And once we're more in tune with our instinct and we have our intuition working for us and not against us, we can start turning up the sound of soul. That voice that really leads us to our heart's desires. I do this, ironically, through silence. There is so much noise in the world today, and it's overwhelming and exhausting and confusing. But meditation and mindfulness practices are key to connecting to soul and so manifesting in the life of your dreams. And if this all sounds like a big load of wank, take a look at these well-known faces, all of whom advocate and practice meditation daily. So there you have it. Learn how to tune into your soul and commit to shifting through the shit that the other voices feed you. As always, please do me a solid favor and share the fuck out of this video, comment because it's way more interesting for both of us, and follow me on social media, Emily_that_crazy_thing_called_life for Instagram. You can join my free Facebook group, That Crazy Thing Called Life, on Facebook, and thank you very much for watching. I clap better than that. Rude. I'm gonna do it. Gonna do it this time. This time I'm gonna do it. It's just not that hard. Stop making it hard. There is so much noise in the world today. It's overwhelming and exhausting and confusing.
There's some noise.
Oh, it's so close to being at the end.